with if the ship blows up and all that. You know, good times for everyone.
Well, I'm not gonna try and blow up the ship on purpose for you guys, so I mean that's gonna be your own fault if you do that.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so we're gonna start the scene where we sort of left off from last episode. The Azure is currently in orbit around Dulum 3, and I'm gonna start reading the captain's log. Captain's log 2548.58. At the advice from my XO, we're going to proceed with removing the advanced technology left behind, along with any other source that could be of cultural contamination. While the unknown alien vessel has escaped us for now, logic dictates that this would not be our last encounter with them. And let's see, I have... For now, I'm just going to deal me a threat, since there's only 4 of you. And immediately off that, I'm going to spend 4 of that threat. For 2 complications. For right at the start of this mission, everyone is currently on the bridge.
Yep.
Okay.
The away team has beamed up from the planet surface, and currently, the enemy vessel has escaped your sensors and sensor range, and you can no longer, and the warp trail that they have has dissipate. For this instance, I'm going to say the XO is currently in charge.
What's the captain doing? Just doing his own thing in his room or something?
Well, he's currently like on the bridge, but I guess in this instance he would ask you to report on what's going on.
Okay. So what stage are we at as far as removing the technology? Have we just started? Or are we like halfway through? Or are we closer
You
towards the
haven't
end?
even started removing it. You guys, this is literally, you guys beamed up, reported to the bridge. Like, this is exactly where we left off the last mission.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna first I want to, just mainly because I don't really remember from last time, I'm gonna just kind of scan the planet to see if first of all, if the mountain kind of hides anything from us. Like I want to scan the mountain itself just to get a clear picture of what's down there, and if there's any spots where we don't see anything. And then I want to also scan as much of the rest of the planet as I can to see if they have any secondary bases anywhere.
Okay, so with that, give me, you're pretty much going to do a sensor sweep.
So
Okay.
that's reason science, right?
Yes, that'll be reason plus science, assisted by the ship's sensor plus science. It is going to be a difficulty 0.
Cool.
Need the ship's roll.
Oh yeah, Matisse is not here, so who's doing the ship roll?
I'm pulling it up. Sensor science. Oh, sorry. First one.
Okay, so that's 3 successes. So you guys gain 3 momentum. And with that, you pretty much, you scan, you get the geography location of everything. You're going to have to spend momentum to gain any sort of the information that you want.
But don't the scan itself reveal something?
The scan itself it's showing you the data, and that there is life forms in the area, and there is all the basic information, like a lot of the stuff you already kind of know. That's what you're getting from the last mission, which essentially is there is a cavern system. The damping field is no longer in place, like you guys are aware. You get a little bit more in depth of the cave system. You are picking up several life forms in the area. One a bit more abundant than you did the last time. But that is pretty much it.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume that those life forms are what were they called? Zaldans kind of migrating in that general direction. I want to spend one momentum to kind of get a deeper scan to figure out if they're exactly where all of the alien technology is, so that we can actually go down there, or maybe not have to go down there, but we want to know where it all is and if there's any other locations that they set up that we don't know about.
Okay, I'm gonna give you this. What is that? Sorry, for some reason it's wanting to paste as a JPEG to you. I don't know why.
Are you sending it to Discord?
Yep.
All right. Okay. So, what level did we figure out, like, what level their technology was? Like, they're pre-warp, obviously, but are they like close to being to warp, or?
They're very close to being warped. They're conducting pretty much preliminary ground-based warp field tests at this point.
Okay. And so after looking at the readings and seeing what I'm seeing, it seems like it's definitely like the title suggests, there is contamination. So I basically now want to,
Are you gonna role play
after,
that scene out and let your other crew members know what's going on?
yeah, yeah, but I want to figure out first, out of character, like, um, I want to figure out how she would go about that, because she's right now just looking into the scanner thing, seeing
Right.
this go down, and so, but I'm trying to figure out which. I guess the captain would be the first person she goes to, because he's still in his chair. So
Right.
she looks up, she walks over to the captain, about halfway between her and the captain, and she says, "Captain, contamination has occurred. The Zaldans are beginning to move in to conduct an investigation, and they are beginning to move the dead bodies from the scene. What are your orders?"
Do we know what technology that they have removed from the scene yet, Commander?
Yes, so far, it looks like that they're only moving melee weapons, but that's just the ones that they can find. They'll probably find the scanners or whatever the other aliens had momentarily.
Do they have any vehicles nearby that they're loading? I'm assuming that they're loading up the equipment on.
Yes, just land-based vehicles.
Did you get information of what's on those land-based vehicles?
They've got several teams of crew member or of individuals. They're putting the weapons on the vehicles, and the dead bodies, but aside from that, no.
You have 2 more momentum spends, just so you're aware. Okay, like you have 2 more momentum, and you can spend that on gaining information. Let me rephrase that. So you can ask more in-depth questions if you want, and I can give you a response to some of that stuff. or you can go as is.
Guys, do you think I should use momentum, or do you think we should save it?
I think we can save it.
Andal, Caleb, what do you guys think?
Mm. Well, crap. I'm sorry. My brain just blanked on what was said.
Okay,
Basically, the
you-
Zaldans, or I can just basically read it to them. Basically, the Zaldans are kind of conducting an investigation of the cave systems, and they've got land-based vehicles, several individuals in teams, and they're beginning to move the dead bodies and the melee weapons of the Herosian. But they're leaving other devices behind. So that it's already been contaminated, and we're basically trying to figure out, should I use momentum to figure out any additional information from the scan?
Well, maybe one of the reasons why this is just my thought process. One of the reasons why some of the tech is not being pulled out of that cave is because until they pull the right kind of equipment, it's physically not possible to move there.
Yeah, the bigger, more technologically advanced stuff.
Yeah, the generator that I shut down.
So, I'm gonna let you recall, the generator wasn't that large. It's not as big as what you think it is. It's not as big as a house or something like that. It's probably it literally is probably the size, like if you've seen I'm gonna take probably about 5 feet in diameter.
How tall?
Diameter.
No, he said diameter, so it's spherical.
It's kind of spherical in base.
Okay, so a little shorter than a person, basically.
Right.
And they could potentially, with the right vehicle, take that away somewhere. So what do y'all think? Spend momentum to get more information?
Yeah, I'd spend one, figure out.
For avoidance paths and stuff to actually get the rest of the tech, unless we're gonna go talk to them.
I'm about to, once y'all decide this, I was planning on counseling the captain and the XO to go talk to them and not interfere, because I don't want it to result to violence. But I'll let you decide this, and then I'll go through with that.
All right. So that was one, or was it? It was two for take a momentum and one for no, right?
Yes. Well, yeah.
All right.
So you need to be specific on what you tell me, how you want
that's what I'm
to answer
thinking.
your question.
And he said something about paths, and that's obviously going to be important and useful information. At the same time, I want to get as much information as I can. I mean, the scan brings up the topography of the planet, so
you already
finding
have
a path.
You already have that information on there. My question is, do you want to know what they've already removed from the cave, or what they could possibly be moving out of the cave?
Yes.
I thought you said they were only taking melee weapons right now.
That's what you initially see going on at that moment. Okay.
So we want to figure out if they're about to start taking out the more technological stuff.
Yes.
All right. So I guess my question would be, at what stage are they at when it comes to the more technically advanced equipment? Are they just starting to even notice it? Are they loading it up right now? Basically, that would be my question.
I sent you a PM over Discord.
Yeah, I saw it. All right, so I'm going to basically, after looking through the little scanner one more time, I'm going to report to the captain. Sir, one of the vehicles seems to have a generator-sized tarp over it. I believe they're getting to move the generator, and that amount of radiation can be very fatal to biological life forms.
So, real quick, the generator, one of the vehicles, like the way it really reads is one of the vehicles has a tarp over it. It is roughly the same size as the generator, meaning that the generator is already loaded onto a vehicle. And before, the generator was not leaking Tetrion radiation. It is currently is now.
Oh, okay. That part I forgot. Okay, so basically something they did most likely damaged it, and we definitely need to go down there and fix that. I tell the captain that.
Captain, before we do that, we probably need to contact the leaders on this planet. I'm sure they'll let us fix it. We definitely can't go down there with weapons and try to take it by force. So talking to them seems to be the only way forward here.
I understand that, Doctor. Let's meet into the conference room and have a briefing on this and discuss our options. It seems that this has become a very complicated situation for us.
Azure nods and heads to the conference room.
Mir gets up from the engineering section, or gets up from the engineering section and goes to the, you know what I mean, yeah.
Same with Sean. He just taps a couple buttons on his security console and heads in.
I do not have a photo for you, Doctor. So you get that
That's
token.
fine.
Then see, that's right. Okay. So, options, people.
I agree with the doctor. I think we should contact their government.
If they get that thing turned back on, it is leaking radiation right now. Not a lot since I shut it off. But if they get that thing running again, a lot of their people, at least in the vicinity of that thing, will die.
Can we beam it up to the ship, or at least out of range?
You're gonna have to spend a momentum to gain that information because that's gonna be from that science scan.
And you did say that what was that thing called again? The
Tetrion.
Dampening field thing was down already?
Yes.
Okay, so unless anybody suggests otherwise, I'm going to assume that we can physically beam it. So I don't have to spend money.
I mean, yeah, you could. I don't.
Okay.
Do we have do we have force fields in this era? I assume.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we have Briggs and cargo bay and stuff like that, so we have to have force fields.
Yeah, Discovery had them.
Nobody talks about Discovery.
Well, they had them, and that's before this.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm basically hating on Discovery.
Well, my thought is, if we can beam it up,
I sent you a message. There.
Okay.
Chief Engineer.
I haven't gotten it yet.
No,
yeah,
I sent it to the Chief Engineer.
I'm looking.
I'm giving you a freebie on this, so.
Oh boy, yeah. Captain XO, I don't think it would be better if I was able to look at it in a radiation suit and away from as many people as possible.
That's
because
fine.
if we beam it back on board the ship, the radiation will go through the ship, and it may explode. To be perfectly fair, it was unstable.
Okay,
when
so
we were,
here's the thing. So this is a lot of technical babble right now. Essentially, Tetryon radiation can only exist in subspace. The radiation that's caused is when when the subatomic particles, kind of collide. It's similar to matter and antimatter reaction. When they collide in normal space, they create a highly energetic and unstable state that causes radiation, and it floods in there. So this reaction is happening during the leakage, and that's what's causing the radiation. Beaming it aboard in this state for you guys could potentially destroy the ship.
Yeah.
Well, is there?
Go ahead.
Right. I was just gonna say. I mean, okay, fine. We can't beam it on the ship. That's great. But is there a way we can beam it somewhere that's not with a bunch of people? Does anybody know if we can do that? Will the transporters even lock onto it with that much radiation?
So, yes, the transporters could lock onto it and beam it aboard, but you're talking about creating they're beaming something that's in a highly unstable energetic state, and then transporting it to another location. So the chain reaction could be devastating to subspace because these atoms exist specifically into subspace. So you could literally you could destroy the colony and the ship. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then I guess after hearing that, I'm just going to turn to the captain and say, I think we should do a two-pronged attack. Someone contact the government while someone else beam down and handle this situation.
Well, Captain, if they need help, go ahead.
Yes, Lieutenant Commander Sharon.
I would suggest that with the way that this generator appears to be functioning, Lieutenant Moore and myself beam down to the generator site. He can work on repairing the generator while I provide security.
Do we know if the Zildans are going to allow that and not shoot at you?
Hence, contacting the government.
I mean, I'm thinking any of the civilizations that joined the Federation pre-warp, like if they had discovered something like this and then some random aliens started walking around, they might shoot at them, or at least try to arrest them.
They might assume that we owned all this technology and are coming back to collect it. Hence, the government contact. We need at least to be able to go there and not be shot at.
True, but if this generator gets into the city, before we can stabilize it, they risk blowing everybody up, and contacting the government, by the time we get in contact with them and then try to fix it, the generator could overload and explode.
How long can it take to place a phone call with a nearly warped civilization?
Yeah,
like if they don't respond in an hour or so, then we just go down.
The problem is though dealing with the pre-warp. This is for because like the issue I can see dealing with a pre-warp civilization in this matter is while contamination has happened, it's still on a level that can be in a way contained if done discreetly. However, the problem with communicating with them openly is they may not believe us.
That's fine. They can talk to the people that are physically there that are looking at all of this equipment while we beam down. I mean, they can think it's a hoax all they want. When the physical evidence shows up and people start dying, they'll believe it.
I suggest we don't contact the main government on their homeworld, but we deal with the actual locals themselves to at least limit the contamination on this planet.
Perhaps the locals have a local government we can deal with as well.
There's also precedent for dealing with a government that's almost warp capable under special circumstances, even if they haven't fully made it to warp yet.
not to change or get anybody off track, but anybody in the cages remember that little girl that came to the cages?
Yeah, and most likely these hunter creatures took some of them hostage to force them to do their bidding. We could go through some of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't like the idea of going up to a little girl and going, "Hi," but she knows
Well,
our faces and knows that we were in the cages like they were.
Well, I'm assuming that these creatures that came here didn't just go out and capture one little girl for the entirety of their stay. They probably have others that they had to basically use, not really as intermediaries, but more as just like the little girl was doing, just serving food or just doing, medicine, your basic average things. Somebody that's maybe older than a little girl, but definitely understands what's going on.
Didn't the lieutenant commander, Sean and Matisse, say something about hearing other voices in the cave
Well, we
as they
saved a
were
bunch
being
of
drugged out?
I think if I remember correctly, when we opened the cages, a bunch of other slaves ran out. But all they're going to do is run to their town and tell everyone that they saw aliens, and nobody's going to believe them. So we need to find someone who's local, who has actually been through this and is sticking around to kind of, I guess, help with the cleanup or something.
To be fair, and not to toot my own horn, but Caitians are pretty good with first contacts in a way. I mean, I've got to go down there anyway.
Unless their greatest predator in the woods happened to be a big cat. We don't really know their world is that well. I would prefer to go down there looking like them, but we probably can't do that at this point.
We could attempt to disguise ourselves and go down there and pretend to be someone that the local government has sent to investigate. That might.
Do we know if there's another colony site on the planet, or is this the only one? That's the captain speaking.
Out of character, I think I remember there was, but I don't really remember that well.
From the first episode, there was about, on the planet itself, there was 15,000 colonists.
Spread out over different villages and colonies.
I never said, so they're primarily isolated in one region on the planet, so potentially there could be smaller outposts, but it is kind of a tight-knit community from what you can gather by the number.
I think that if we can find a small local township or government or village or whatever that is relatively nearby to this mountain, they will definitely know what's going on, and they will definitely help us, because we don't look like those other aliens that came here. They probably knew about them, seen them, heard rumors about them, whatever. And if we go there saying, "Hey, we need help. We want to take this dangerous generator away from you guys so it doesn't hurt you, etc., they might actually listen. And it would be a lot easier than trying to contact their main government.
You are also assuming that there are there are people that were captured in that region from that colony, and they are alive.
Didn't we rescue a bunch of people?
No, I let them out and they all bolted.
And some of them got killed by the Hirogen.
Yep. So you don't know exactly who was down there and who's still alive. The only person you actually saw was the little girl. You did not see anyone else.
Well, short of finding the little girl and interrogating her, we don't have many options unless we just want to go down there and grab the generator and leave. And I don't think that's a great idea.
How about we just go to the village?
We can take a shuttle or transport into the city square, and that should get us a meeting with someone important.
Or stoned. I mean, if we just show up in the middle of a
They're
city
not.
square.
They're not a medieval civilization.
I know it was a joke. That's like the second time I've had to clarify that. But what I'm saying is that we can beam in maybe out of the way and not get shot at, and then go in and basically find the little girl, find her father, whatever. By now she's probably said something to him. We can talk to him, maybe get a talk to one of the village elders. I don't know how it works. I know they probably don't have elders, but you know what I mean. So we just go down there and figure out who's in charge and talk to them. I mean, they're going to see they're bringing back the technology as we speak. The fact of they won't believe us really isn't an issue. They're going to believe us eventually. The issue is, how do we get to the generator as quickly as possible?
The quickest way? I beam us straight to that truck.
Without getting shot at.
That's
I
why
didn't
you've
say
got
it-
me, isn't it?
I
So-
didn't say it was safe. I just said that's
Yeah, then
what
what-
I would do.
Yeah, and we don't want to just send an armed security guard down there too, because we'll end up in a war with a bunch of pre-warp, citizens. That's not. We want to avoid that.
I have one idea.
Okay.
Send myself and the doctor down. I'm an engineer, he's a doctor. If they have radiation sickness, he can fix it. If that thing goes critical, I may be able to stop it. I don't have to be armed.
I think that's a good idea. I think we should send the doctor and the engineer in full EVA suits, beam down in the trees. They walk out, everyone sees them. They assume that something radioactive is going on, hopefully, and then they don't just start open firing. Also, with the EVA suits, you don't really get a clear look at your faces until you get close up, unless we can tent the visor somehow. Either way, I think this is the best option we have. Any suggestions?
You're gonna want another command officer, sir, because I do not have the skill to talk to these people in any meaningful way.
Don't worry, doctor. I think I may be able to handle it.
One other thing, if I may, even if you do just send the doctor and engineer down, I would at least have a security team prepped on the transporter pad in case things start to go south.
We'll do that, but we won't make any action against the Zaldans unless absolutely necessary. And you guys will be beaming down unarmed, the engineer and the doctor.
Well,
That's fine.
we can put Type 2 phasers in our suits that they're not gonna see.
How about
I
type
don't need
1?
It'd be type
I don't
1.
need a phaser.
Okay, Type 1.
You can hide a type 1 phaser on you.
Yeah, that's fine as long as. But they're. I mean, and if when they search you, because they will, then you can just say it's standard procedure.
They won't even
put
know
it-
what it is.
I'll put
they'll-
it in my engineer bag. It'll be fine.
All right, Captain. Anything else?
We'll proceed at your discretion, Commander. Please make it so.
All right. Azure nods to the officers and stands up and heads to the bridge.
I stand up and I go to the med bay and gather, the medical equipment, and then pick up a rad suit and a tricorder and whatnot and head to the pad.
I do the same thing, but with machine medical tools instead of human medical tools. Yeah,
Bridge
rad suit,
transporter.
my engineer tools.
I'm trying to remember taking, if that's not, or there's a cost for taking that stuff or not.
Let me.
The EVA suits.
I think there is for the EVA suits, but not for like the standard medical equipment and the standard engineering equipment.
Environmental suit is an opportunity cost of 2.
Ooh, we can't do that then. That's fine. We don't need. Well, we need
You can
the
spin
suits. But
threat.
What if the engineer took the suit, the one suit, or is it 2 per or 1 per?
2 per.
Damn.
We can spin threat right though.
Yeah.
I will allow it if you want.
Yeah, because if we're either assuming that the radiation is going to kill someone, in which case
So-
there's no reason to send anyone down to that one, or we're assuming
so
it's
here's the
not
thing,
going
though,
to
the
kill you
opportunity-
and we don't need them.
The opportunity cost can be ignored for the EVA suits, considering you guys already know that it's deadly without the protection, so you don't have to actually spend the momentum or threat in this case.
Because we're planning ahead.
I can't
Well, no,
ever
it's deadly. It's on page 195.
I can't ever find anything I want to find in this book.
Same.
I'm trying to organize a cheat sheet on here for everybody, so I'm going to get to the armor and everything. All right, so just the doctor and the chief engineer are going to beam down, correct?
Correct.
For now,
right.
yes.
And where are you beaming down to?
Probably near the.
We'll
truck.
beam it. Yeah, we'll beam into some woods near the truck.
With the generator. Well, what we think is the generator on it.
And
I don't even know if it's a truck. I'm just calling it a truck.
We'll try if we can find out if we can navigate and see that there's trucks and stuff. I'm sure we can pick out people and just beam not near those people, like maybe 30 or 40 meters away, but not right next to someone.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good way to get punched.
Oh yeah, beaming next to somebody.
Yep.
Or I mean,
What?
I guess that's a good way to like accidentally beam inside of someone.
There's that too. So
Lieutenant
that's
Commander Shran to the bridge. Me and the lieutenant are ready.
Okay, so I need to know who's going to do the engineering or the transportation test, because there's going to be a control engineering difficulty 2 assisted by the ship's sensors plus engineering.
And I can't do it because I'm on the pad, right?
Right.
Right.
I have my engineering is 1. Does anyone have better than that?
I've got a 2.
What's your control?
12.
Oh yeah, you're good.
I even have a focus in it.
You do also have support characters too.
There is an engineering support character who has an 11-4. So.
Yeah, use the engineering person, please.
Yeah. What was the roll for the ship?
It is sensors and engineering.
Yep. And he does not have a focus rate.
Did you guys...
Don't die.
No, he does not.
God. Oh, null attribute. Roll it again.
Oh. That's actually a 20. So
yeah,
that is
it's not going to change.
Yeah, okay.
So it's not going to change on that first roll. I want to take the threat for the complication, but you do succeed and you gain 1 momentum.
Okay. Yay! Down to the planet we go.
And this is we're going to switch to scene 2, so you guys lose 1 momentum. So you guys beam down into the forest. You do notice off in the distance there are Zaldans currently moving equipment. And when you beam down, I'm assuming you were given a kind of a map, or at least an idea of what trucks were there.
Yeah.
We have an understanding, and we have tricorders.
Okay. So whoever wants to do the scan, if you want to scan for the actual generator, you can.
He's got the engineering tricorder.
Yep. What is it?
That's going to be reason science.
Okay, that's not bad.
Difficulty 1.
No focuses? Nope, of course not.
If you want me to, I can, because I got a 10 and a 4.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay, you gain 1 momentum. And currently, you're reading the trace amounts of the tetryon radiation. However, the area is actually quite larger, and it appears that from what you gathered, that the source is actually moving.
How fast is
Doctor,
it moving?
we're gonna need to get a vehicle. It's moving, and yeah, how fast? Sorry.
Just not at a real quick pace. I mean, it's kind of like, it's off-road, so you're not going to go more than, for U.S. standards, it's going to be like 25, 30 miles an hour. You're not going real quick.
Still faster than I can run.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if it was a slow pace or if it was actually moving pretty fast. That's pretty fast for as far as we're concerned.
Yeah, it's you can't really catch up with it by foot. We'll put it that way.
And we're near one of the other trucks.
You're close, and there are several Zaldans around there, and they're moving back and forth between the cave. They're kind of unloading and putting stuff in and stuff like that.
All right.
Okay.
I walk out of the trees.
I was about to.
To do
the
the
doctor's
same.
stunned that the engineer's moving without any like conversation at all, and he gets up and follows the lieutenant.
Sorry, Doctor, we need to get to that thing quick, and talking to him seems to be the fastest way.
What next time? I agree, but next time let's talk about things before we jump out of bushes on an alien planet. I'm gonna walk up to just a random one and say, the government sent me to find the reactor that was just shipped off. Can you take me to it?
So you're a blue alien.
But I thought we had the tinted masks. Can they see me?
No,
Well, yeah.
but you're in essentially a not standard issue for them hazard suit in a way. And so as you approach and you say what you say, one, they look at you very puzzling because they don't understand what you're saying, and two, they draw weapons, which, from what you can appear, are projectile type based weapons.
I pull
and
off
they
the.
look at you, and they kind of say in their native tongue, like it's just gibberish to you. I'm not even gonna try and say it. So
we didn't bring Did we bring a translator?
you can use the translator through your communicator. Like the communicator has the universal translator integrated into it, but you're gonna have to roll like an engineering check.
I can do it. If that's fine with you.
Do it.
Okay, what kind of engineering check?
Sorry, I'm pulling up the task real quick. Let's make this, it's going to be Insight Engineering, difficulty 1. So yeah, as he's talking and you're fiddling with the communicator to try and understand, he's like, and as you start hearing the little parts as the universal translator's, intercepting, and then kind of, he's like, "Who are you? Identify yourself." As he's pointing his rifle or his weapon at you. It's like a pistol.
Oh, hey, here, hold on. My name is Rake. Hi. I'm going to take off my helmet slowly. Hey, see? Hi.
And he is shocked, and then he lets out a big, like, cry for help. Like, oh my God, it's like,
at least he's not shooting us.
they're here, I need help. And then More Zaldon
My hands are
start
up.
right.
My hands are up. Like, the universal "don't shoot me" sign. Like, I have not been trying not to be hostile at any point. Just don't shoot me. I'm here to help.
I'll also remove my helmet and say to them, "We've come to help you. We were also trapped in the cave with y'all, and we've returned to dispose of some technology left behind that is dangerous to you."
He looks like, and he's like, one marshal's like, grab a vehicle. We're gonna take these two back to see our commander. And he kind of
That's
motions like,
fine.
move.
Okay.
That's fine. I want to tell you that the generator y'all just took off, it could kill everyone in a, and I don't know what the radius is, but I'm going to insert the radius here. X meters if it's not dealt with in the next couple of hours.
Please.
We can talk to your commander, but I am telling you there's a risk that you could kill off a lot of people if we can't get to that generator. So I would make sure that your commander is on the way.
He just ignores. He's like, get in the vehicle. He's like, go, move into the vehicle. And you go into like what kind of appears to be like he's motioning you to like a Jeep type vehicle, just like a standard personnel transport.
After releasing all of the people that were in that cave, you'd think I'd get a little bit more niceties, but that's fine. And I just get in the Jeep after I say that.
Yeah, I'll get in the Jeep.
Okay. So you're in the Jeep. You're slowly. The few Zaldans get in there, and they're kind of pointing weapons, at you to make sure you guys don't do anything, to endanger them. And then they're slowly driving you towards the actual colony itself.
Is it the same direction that we saw the generator leave?
You can, I'll let you assume that it is, because there's only one colony and there's only one place to go.
Just so you're aware, I'm just an engineer trying to disable that generator because, as this gentleman said, it will kill a lot of people if not properly handled. And Doctor, would you like to go into the physical ramifications of the radiation that thing emits?
Are y'all familiar with radiation?
They're just kind of ignoring you at this point. Like, they're not.
Yeah, fair enough.
They're just kind of not listening to you. Like, they don't want to overstep their rank in a way, I guess you could say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're good soldier guys.
I'm going to sit back and let them drive us where they're going to drive us.
Okay. Now, the real question is, did the way team have an open comms with the ship?
I mean, I had the intention of radioing the ship and telling that we had landed successfully, but then the lieutenant just walked out of the woods. So I don't know the answer to that. Like, I guess I could say I was in the process.
The answer is yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to cut to the bridge while you two are in transit and see what the bridge crew wants to do.
So we're hearing this, right?
Yep, my communicator's out by my big ass arm. Because they haven't restrained us, right?
No, they haven't. They can't really figure out how to restrain you in a way because you're wearing these big bulky suits. So
Okay,
that's why they
yeah,
have the weapons pointed.
yeah, my communication line and my suit's open.
Now, is there do y'all have handheld communicators, or is there a communication device inside the suits themselves?
We have both.
It would actually be in the no. It would actually be in the suit. It's actually, if I remember correctly, it's integrated in the suits around the neck area, is where it is for on toss.
So yeah, we have handheld communicators, and then we also have one in the suit.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was assuming. If you had your helmets on, I would definitely be talking to you, but I'm not going to risk them hearing what I have to say. So for now, we're just going to listen. And
Andorian.
if it look, what's that?
You can speak in Andorian. To me.
It's not a matter of like them understanding me. It's a matter of them hearing an open comm line.
Yeah.
But if basically my intention, and I don't know what the captain's intention is, but my intention is, as long as they're heading somewhere and it's useful and it seems like it's useful that they go and meet their commanding officer, then I'm just going to listen, and until until it basically looks like they're going to do something other than that, like veer off on a trail and go somewhere else, I don't know, then I might actually say something. But for right now, I'm just listening. And yeah, that's pretty much all I'm doing. I'm probably gonna keep scanning though, to like keep their life signs, on the front of the scanners, just so I know like everything's fine.
Okay. Tank Commander Shran.
I'm gonna turn to the captain, and I think we've got our transmit air deal muted, so we don't accidentally transmit over the comm frequency.
Yep.
And I'm going to go, Captain, request permission to prepare a security team in case things get ugly.
Well, I don't want to escalate this. I don't think the captain, as a player, would want to escalate things to violence.
Right.
But he says it's prudent, but we want to do minimal damage to the Zolans as possible. But do have a team on standby. But I would rather try to beam them out if there's any. Beam them out first if something goes wrong.
Yes, Captain.
Could I scan specifically for the generator to see if it
Sorry.
if it is indeed going in the direction that it should be going?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna tell you it's going to the colony currently. It's actually pretty much already there, and from the initial scan of the area, there is actually a warehouse building that is already probably would be big enough to where you could think that they're probably going to store all the tech there, potentially.
Okay.
I'm not gonna let you roll again because you kind of already rolled for it earlier.
Right.
Is that what? So is there anything else anyone wants to do, or is that it?
I'm sure there is. I just can't think of it right now.
Same. I just basically want to be ready.
Okay. Back on the planet. You notice you drive in. It's a fairly large community. It's several miles. It has sort of a layer of kind of like city walls in a way. As you approach it, that's kind of protecting it from the wilderness. So the truck is driving. It kind of veers in between, taking this kind of odd path And as you come to, there is a very, it's not a real big building. None of the buildings are real tall. They're maybe like a story or two. But wherever the building you're at appears to be kind of like the centralized, like a town hall type area or a building. The one of the Zaldans that has been one of the guards, I guess you could say, motions you, gets out of the truck and then motions you like, get out.
I jump
Okay.
out and I say, "Come on, we're losing daylight. Let's move."
I can't jump out of any vehicle. I just kind of lumber out.
And just so you know, Mur, you hover over these guys. Like, they're like
Oh, yeah.
5'8". You're
I
a good
have
2
a
foot
feeling.
taller than them.
Oh yeah, I'm yao minging the shit out of this.
You're so tall to
yeah,
the point though, as they're escorting you in, you're so tall to the point that you have to duck.
That's awesome. Yep, I do it. It's been a while since doors have actually not been able to fit me, so this is kind of entertaining for me in a way. Because Federation doors are so tall. Anyway. I kind of look at the doctor. This is kind of quaint.
The guards motioning to you as you walk through the actual town hall. It's very well like it was when it was put together. They took apart ships to use. You can see like hull plating from vessels. Like whatever ships they came in to the planet, they took apart and literally kind of constructed their buildings with.
Okay, so the hallway doesn't get any bigger.
Right.
Okay.
You come to a room. They kind of open the doors. There you see, humanoid female, kind of neatly, kind of almost in a bun shape type. Her hair is like brown hair, and she's kind of stunned. Is like, I know you said, and she kind of looks at the guards like, I knew you captured some of these people, but I didn't think they were so different. I am Commander Dela. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Commander Thales Shrine of the Federation of Planets, the United Federation of Planets. I've been sent here to fix or retrieve a generator left by a hostile species that was hunting some of your people nearby. And I'm a doctor. I've come to help in case radiation sickness occurs. And this officer here, Lieutenant Moore, is here to repair the device. I would say the time is of the essence that we solve this problem.
Yes, the generator is highly unstable.
Radiation? What radiation? Our scanners, method of detecting radiation hasn't come up with anything.
I pull out my tricorder and I look at the doctor. May I?
The guards kind of like, excuse me,
It's
and
a
they're
scanner.
like, kind of like,
it's a scanner. It's a scanner. It's a scanner.
She kind of motions like, stand down.
These are our scanners, and this is of the same generator. And I show her the one with the erratic radiation and unstable.
This is it's
it
Tetrion,
looks like a
isn't
child's toy. It is Tetrion.
This is Tetrion radiation. I'm not sure if y'all have discovered Tetrion radiation yet. We've only known about it for a short period of time.
It's quite dangerous and very fatal. Even a generator that size could potentially poison 3 city blocks if not dealt with.
It's bigger than that, but
Yeah, he's
GM
guessing.
wise, he's guessing. So
He's
I
guessing.
could tell you the size of it because you would have figured it out, but
Yeah.
Anyway, she kind of looks like Tetrion. I've never heard of it. You're showing me what looks like a child's toy. How can I believe individuals what you're telling me? This is preposterous.
May
Would
I
you
see
like
your
to speak?
scanner, ma'am? I want to basically have her scan. Like, I want to upgrade her scanner to read what our scanner reads, since she trusts her technology more than ours.
She motions to one of the guards to bring in one of their scanners, and she's like, motions like, hand him the device, and the guy kind of hands it to you. And as you look at the device, it essentially is a Geiger counter. It's to essentially detect nuclear radiation, and that's all it can
That's
do.
why you're not picking up the radio. Okay. Okay.
Commander,
not
keep
sounding-
on.
Go ahead.
Please do not merge our technology with theirs.
I was going to, but it doesn't look like I can.
We could, if you would like a demonstration of our knowledge, we can beam a few of you up to our ship, and you can see our impressive technology.
Clearly,
If this
you're not.
scanner doesn't.
Clearly, you are not
convince
from
you.
this world. I get that. Our people have long assumed that there are other more advanced civilizations than ours, but I cannot for the life of me believe what you're telling me here. And why would I want to allow myself to be beamed up to your ship and have God knows what done to me or any member of my colony?
How about we beam
Why would-
someone?
How do I know you are not the aliens
You
that
have members of.
kidnapped 5 of my people? They are murdered. We found their bodies, all of them, killed.
There's definitely. There might be some of your people that can come, and if you want to take the time, look at us and know that we're not. We're of 2 different species, and the people that did this to y'all are one species. And we know that someone saw us in the caves because we were also taken by the aliens. We know that one of your children saw us in cages before we escaped.
Yes, there was a little girl who would serve us food.
While we were in the cages of the aliens who attacked.
Well, yes.
How do I know the little girl was found dead in the caves? How do I not know that you murdered her to conceal your deception?
At hearing that news, Moore gets visibly flustered. His first gets, he does the cat like, because he did not want that little girl to die.
On the bridge, I'm going to look at the captain and go, Captain, request permission to beam down with one of our weapons and the Hirogen weapon that I scavenged. Prove that the 2 are different.
Captain, I don't think that's going to work.
No, but I have the wrist gauntlet. It's in my bag. I take out my tricorder and the wrist gauntlet and hand them both and say, this is my technology. This is and then in this hand, this is theirs. And I put them both on the desk. They're different.
Yes, they're very different, but you two are very different. How do I know that this one device doesn't come from your blue or sorry, you said it was Lieutenant Commander
Shran.
Shran, right? Or Shran? Is it Shran? Because both of you guys have like the same
Shran.
name, so it's Shran. Okay, it's Lieutenant Command Shran, right? How do I know this tricore device is from you, and then this other device isn't from you? How can you prove this to me?
I
would
go to hand her one of our communicators. Would you like to take a look at this? This might show you.
Feel free to say hi when you open that.
She takes the device that kind of says like,
It's
this
this
is
button on the side.
meaningless. I clearly your people are advanced, but when I look at this, it's how
Just
can
open it up.
I?
Please.
She flips it open.
It should go to the ship.
I'm
Connect
going
to
to
the
lock
ship.
onto that communicator right now.
Don't
Don't do
on.
anything. Hold on.
Just talk.
This is Lieutenant Commander Shran to the bridge.
This is Commander Keithron. Go ahead.
I have myself here with the lieutenant and the leader of the colony. And could you arrange some kind of demonstration to show that we are not the Herogen? Or I guess we don't have a name for them.
You don't have a name for
The
them.
hostile aliens.
Mur, I thought you were something of a diplomat. What happened?
It's a little harder when they think all of our technology is toys, Commander.
Keithran's gonna turn to the captain and say, "Permission to beam down alone."
I don't think that's going to help, Commander.
Well, apparently you need somebody to be a command presence because you guys haven't gotten it done yet.
She's overhearing all this, and she turns the thing off and is like, I see it's a communication device, but I will not allow any more of your people to beam down. Take them away. This beam down or whatever you're attempting to do. Get them out of here.
I'm gonna put my helmet on and say 2 to beam up.
Yep.
And I'm going to lock on and beam them up.
Captain?
You can beam her up too because she still has the communicator, and that's what I wanted to do.
She tossed it to the side.
And I don't think me or the captain would beam up a pre-warp person.
That was my plan when I handed her the communicator, but then it didn't go the way I wanted to. But yeah, okay. I'm telling you to beam me and him up inside my helmet.
So make whoever is in the transporter room. I need a engineering. I just had it.
Control engineering.
Yeah, control engineering.
That engineer is still there.
Difficulty 2, assisted by sensors engineering on the ship.
Oh man. Well, never mind. Too late. Came to my brain too late. It's fine. I just realized what we could have done.
Oh,
so yeah, you bank 1 momentum, and in the office, both Lieutenant Commander Shran and the Chief Engineer beam board back to the Azure.
Strawn for Lieutenant Commander Keithron.
Keithron here.
It's time for the more direct approach, sir.
The captain's like,
boy.
"What happened down there, Doctor?"
We were severely lacking in a diplomat, sir.
They wouldn't even let us look at it to prove what we were saying or take us to it.
I don't think the technology was the issue. I think it was the manner in which the conversation was delivered.
Hence the request for a diplomat.
Even if, Commander, even if the message would be conveyed differently, there's no rhyme or reason as to why we think they might act differently.
I feel like you're playing down your persuasive capacities, Captain.
This is why I didn't want to NPC the captain, but because he would play it differently. I'll leave it to your discretion, XO, on how to handle this situation.
Around the bridge, there's a captain's ready room. Is there any other kind of, I guess there
There's
would be a
technically
conference room.
there is no ready room on the bridge in this DOS era because there's only the one turbolift door. The actual conference room is actually one deck lower, and along with the captain's ready room.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. I'm gonna get up and just press a random communication button and say, while Murr is on his way to the bridge, I'm just gonna say, meet me in the conference room alone on deck 2, and then I'll tell the captain I'll be right back and get on the turbolift.
As you're doing that, a Klingon you get a communication, and on the view screen, a Klingon Burrell class bird of prey decloaks. And you get in the incoming hail you get received as, "This is the IKS Korva. We request that our Captain Karana be beamed aboard immediately. If you do not comply, we will fire and take her back by force."
Where is Karana at this moment?
She is actually in her quarters. I actually had a scene for her and the captain that never happened. So, but
what deck is her quarters on?
We'll say 7.
Okay. And what deck is engineering, or what deck is the transporter room on that Murr is coming from?
Deck 4.
Okay. Before I get on the turbolift, I'll just turn to the view screen and I'll tell the Klingon on the view screen, I will go get her personally, and then just walk out.
We'll be waiting.
All right, so I'm going to wait in the conference room for Murr.
Yep. And because it was kind of an order, I've double timed it. So.
All right, as soon as you get there, I'm just gonna, like, my hands are on my hips and I'm just staring at you and I'm just shaking my head like, what happened? I thought you were confident in your diplomacy.
No. I was confident that it was better than the doctors.
That was me laughing out of character, not in character. I suggested, well, actually, let me start that over. Somebody, I don't remember who, suggested that the lieutenant commander, myself, go down as a command presence, and you said that you would be able to take care of it. So again, I ask you, what happened?
They kept assuming that we were part of the other alien culture. Every time I tried to explain that we were not, They always had an answer. And I had an answer back, and then they just stopped talking.
And do you know why that is? It's because they had just experienced a traumatic event and they were basically making decisions based on emotion. If you had done the same and played the emotion game with them, then you might have gotten more of a reception. But instead, you tried to show them what is essentially to them props. They don't know how to use them and they'd have no interest in them. They're interested in the devastation that was caused by the other race. So
We were
eventually,
also. Sorry, Lieutenant Commander. We
event-
also.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead and finish.
I was just gonna say, once we're done with this Klingon business, we're gonna go back down there and do it right.
That's fine. We did try to explain to them exactly what would happen. We tried to. The one thing we were counting on, it didn't quite work out that way.
Some people
And
don't believe something until they see it.
Yes, but they didn't give us a chance.
I was referring to the radiation poisoning that will probably start soon.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I just would have preferred to get to it before that started, ma'am.
Of course, as we all would. Please report to the bridge and man your station. I'm gonna go find the Klingon and send her back to her ship.
Yes, ma'am. And he turns and leaves and goes up to the bridge.
And I go down to deck 7 and ring the doorbell, basically.
Okay. You get this enter, kind of like the Klingon growl, at least for a female.
Azura steps through the doors, looks around, her hands behind her back, and her eyes, when she finally finds the Klingon in what I assume is going to be a dark room, she gives a slight nod and says, "Your ship is here to take you back home."
Very well. You don't mind escorting me to my vessel? I will depart. I will depart at your leisure.
Very good. I will take you down to the or I will take you up to the transporter room.
She grabs her kind of bag, like has her like clothes and stuff, and then kind of like you notice. I'm not gonna make you make a rope, but you notice that like she kind of stuffs like a decaying dagger in there, like she's been hiding it all along.
So you did plan on taking over the ship, but Azra says that in kind of a sly, coy tone, not really meaning offense or anything.
Commander, if I wanted to take over your vessel, I would have done so already.
Of course. And she gestures for her to
And
walk out.
She kind of smirks when she says that. So you ask
as she
her
walks.
Okay, so you're
What's
gonna.
up?
So you're escorting her to the transporter room.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you're going to say along the way, or?
Honestly, I don't think either of our characters care much for small talk, so probably not. Just kind of just making sure that once we get to the transporter room, the transporter's ready to beam her over to the ship and shields are lowered and all that good stuff. But no real small talk from us.
Before you initiate the transport, she kind of looks like, just remember, Commander, you're not the only people in this area that have to live. And make whoever's at the transporter room make me a control. Control engineering assisted by. You're essentially doing like the transporter task.
I guess that would be me, actually.
Control engineering
No.
and sensors. You can
Because
still
I
use
have
the
the
NPC.
transporter. Well, I have a transporter focus.
it's fine.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You successfully
You
beam her
see
back to the ship, and back on the actual bridge, you notice that the Klingons, they don't say a word. Their ship decloaks, and you presume that they are now gone.
All right. So I go back to my station and I turn to the captain and say, Captain, I suggest that the three of us go down and try again. Now they know we're here. We won't be as much of a culture shock as we were.
I'm gonna assume that I'm on the bridge, and I'm gonna say, Captain, I disagree. I think now we have to take a security team. I think they're gonna be entirely hostile to us now.
They didn't seem very hostile, except for the type of hostile that we might do if someone decided to show up in our territory unannounced.
That was before we disappeared and dematerialized in front of them in an escape attempt.
But surely going back down would prove that we're not fleeing or trying any deception.
And it could just end us up in a brig while they try to sort it out themselves.
Well, as long as they leave my Raj suit on, I'm good. And she turns to the captain and is like, it's up to you, sir.
Since the situation could become hostile, I'm not going to suggest we take a full security team, or I wouldn't. But I believe take Lieutenant Commander Strand with you as a precaution.
Yes, sir. Aye, sir. Away team to transporter room.
Yep, I'm gonna go with them. And sorry that it's at this moment, but I'll be right back.
And on the way to the transporter room, you notice that Lieutenant Commander Sean has his Ushan hanging from his belt.
Do
As
you
well
also
as a
have
Type
the type? Okay, that's what my other question was going to be.
as well as a Type 2 phaser.
Why not also a rifle? Who gives a shit?
Well, because a
You're
rifle,
taking the
I could, but
I'm
that's
kidding.
one threat and like an opportunity cost. So
one opportunity cost one, yeah.
right.
So I could do it, but
Do you really want to? That's the question.
How about
No,
we?
I'm saying like least amount of weapons as needed. That's my position on
yeah,
it.
the Ushan and my phaser will be all I need,
Moore is still unarmed,
except
other
for his
than
claws.
the type. Yeah, and the type 1 that's in his bag, but he doesn't have anything on him other than physical stuff.
Yeah, my character's going to go down unarmed as well, but she is going to take a tricorder because she's a science officer.
I still have all
Okay,
my
so you
gear
just-
from before.
So everyone's pretty much taking standard equipment.
Pretty
For-
much.
Yeah, and except for the fact that the security officer is basically the only one with a visible weapon.
Which I'm totally fine with.
And all of you are in hazmat suits, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
Commander, I suggest we beam with them off. If we're
Yeah.
not going near the generator at first, they seem to be a little disconcerted when they saw us with them on at first.
Imagine how they'll feel when we beam right into their capital.
Yes, Commander.
I'm back.
And Moore just kind of goes back into just standing there.
Azure turns to the security chief, and the other two, but mainly the security chief and the engineer, and says they might separate us and put you two in a more secure area just because of your physical and security prowess. That's fine as long as I have a audience with the leader or at least somebody in charge. That's really all we can ask for right now.
Okay.
All right, so she gets on the transporter pad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Well,
think
if
all
you're
of
all
us-
ready to transport, I need the control engineering check. Assist by the ship, sensors engineering. Bank 1 momentum, but as a complication.
Oh,
Which ones of us are fused?
No, because it was successful, so there is no fusing part. So, question is, you guys have enough momentum to negate it, or I can take. I don't think I'm gonna take the threat because I'm gonna add I want to add a complication here, but
Negate it.
yeah, I need to negate that.
Yeah, I want to negate that too.
okay. Well, you're spending momentum to do that.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right. So you successfully beam down toward in the center. You're on the street, but you're facing the actual town hall.
Okay, so as immediately after we arrive, Azure is going to put her hands up because she's going to assume that everyone's going to be staring at her, and some people are going to have weapons pointed at her.
More
Currently,
basically
there
when they
are-
left were like that.
Okay, so currently there is no one. The street
Then-
is kind of empty.
Then we're going to walk towards the Capitol.
Yep.
All right. So you enter the room, and so who's leading the way? Because I mean, there's several it's a hallway, and there's several rooms kind of going off to the side.
I'm in the front, security's in the back. That's all I care about.
I'm kind of guiding her through the place since I've been here before.
But as soon as we see people, I want to be up front.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It's hard for
So
me to walk in here anyway.
I'm spending 2 threat to add a complication to the story. So you enter the yeah. Hey, it's how you spend threat, right? So you enter the Commander Dela's office, and you see her kind of in her chair, and there's no one else around. It's just her in the office, right now,
Hands-
and she
Did you
doesn't.
hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. I'm gonna finish it real quick. She looks kind of pale. It's like her skin's very flush.
Are you okay?
What trickery is this?
Azure puts on her helmet. Oh wait, we beamed down with the helmets on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause
So
you
she's
said
going
just imagine what
She's-
they would look.
So she's currently
Motion to the doctor.
coughing. So are your helmets still on?
Oh yeah,
Or
our
just take
helmet.
the helmets
Yeah,
off.
I'm gonna take out my tricorder.
No, I'm taking off the helmet and I'm gonna ask if I can help her. Can I help you?
You fool! Why should I? You've brought this plight upon my people.
No,
Go away.
I told you we could solve this and you tried to arrest me. I've come back again to try to help you again. I'm a doctor. I can mitigate these symptoms and help treat you.
So, you're gonna have to make a scan for me. Let's call this Reason Medicine. Difficulty 1.
While he's doing that, can I have the engineer basically scan for the generator?
Yes, please.
What focuses do you have?
Who?
You, Doc.
Oh, hand-to-hand combat, emergency medicine, trauma surgery, xenobiology, small craft, and survival.
I'll allow the xenobiology, but you had your focus on, so that's 2 momentum gain.
Oh, it doesn't show up as having one on.
Yeah, if it's not selected, it counts it as it on. You have to actually click. You have to have the
Oh.
no highlighted. Yeah, it's a
Okay. Well, I
bug
clicked
in
on
the
it
sheet.
now.
It's okay. I saw the 2. I looked hovered over. It was a 5. I was like, that's not. I need more
Okay.
focus. It's not a 1. So yeah, you gain 2 momentum.
What are we at now?
Yeah, you're back. Should be a 3. She is suffering the side effects of radiation poisoning.
I would like to kind of turn the tricorder to her and say, look, the radiation levels in your blood are extremely high, and you're starting to experience acute organ failure. You have a very limited time left to live unless you let me help you.
Okay. Real quick, so because I know the chief engineer wants to make a roll, so go ahead and make a roll for me. Reason.
What is it?
It's gonna be reason engineering, difficulty 1.
Of course. You know what? No. Yeah. Never
20.
mind. Yeah. Is
I'm
there
gonna
any way
take
I
credit
can?
for that.
Okay.
So you do pick up the scan. The radiation is quite high. And it's in extreme. It's in very deadly levels. To the point that long exposure to it is most certainly fatal.
Commander, I'm gonna have to find this generator quick, or this entire town is done for.
All right, take the security officer and go. Me and the rest will stay here.
All right, Lieutenant Commander, and I kind of like take my tricorder and having it lead us to the generator.
And I follow.
Okay, back to the doctor. You're gonna need to make a. Let's see here. What kind of roll do I need to make? Because you're gonna need to make a sort of like a persuasion check here for me.
Presence medicine. Because I'm trying to impress her with my medical knowledge of her situation.
You would think imminent death would be
We'll
enough.
go. Yeah, but she already thinks that you're kind of killing her people anyway. So, technically it's going to be a command presence roll, but I allow you to use medicine if you're going. But you're going to have to speak in very doctor terminology for this check.
Yeah, that's what I did before we moved to.
Right. Okay. Make me a roll. Medicine presence. So I'm gonna let you succeed at cost for that, taking the 2 threat from the complication. Just like, I'm already dying. Do your end it now or just help me? She just kind of.
I'm gonna look in my bag and I'm gonna pull out the appropriate hypo spray and administer it.
So since you're not clearing the 1, give me a. I'm gonna say you can do this as control or daring medicine. It's gonna be a difficulty 3.
Why is this?
Hmm?
Why is it
Control or daring medicine.
Why is it a difficulty 3?
Because of the state she's in.
Oh.
That was the complication.
Okay. Can I use emergency medicine? Or
Sure.
xenobiology?
Well, it'll be emergency medicine.
And I'll use cautious. No, I'll buy a dice.
All right, I'll keep track of how many you spend right now. I'm outside, so yeah.
What do I have to do for cautious medicine again?
You
Just
buy
buy a
one
die.
dice. Yeah, you buy one dice using momentum, and if you roll a 0, you can re-roll, or you can
Okay.
re-roll up one dice.
Okay, so I'm buying the dice. So I'll have 3.
Yeah.
And I guess since there's no cost to it, I'll re-roll the 0.
Okay.
I mean, for the momentum.
Yeah, yeah, you could do that.
So 5
It's
successes.
2. Yeah, so it's 2 momentum gain. You come up with a concoction that will help pretty much mitigate these symptoms and allow her body to resist the radiation for now. But until the leak is stopped, there's potentially she could still die by remaining in the area. But you've stabilized her to the point that she will live for now.
You haven't told me your name yet.
She did. It was Della. Della.
It's Della?
Yeah. Della. Yeah.
Oh. You feeling better, Della?
She's kind of heavily breathing. Is like, just kind of nods like, for now, yes. Still don't trust you people.
Do you have somewhere we can start evacuating people to get them out of this area temporarily? We can help them
there's
too.
There's no place for us to evacuate to. We're here on our own free will, and the jungle is too dangerous for us. Well, not the jungle, but the forest is too dangerous.
Do either of us, me or the doctor, know how to contain the radiation from spreading? Like, does it require, or will it just kind of fade out on its own? Or...
I'm pretty sure I told you this the last session, which you guys probably don't remember. Tetron radiation dissipates at an extremely fast rate. So it will eventually go away on its own. It's not like nuclear radiation, where it persists for thousands of years. It literally lasts mere hours. But the problem is, though, the reactor is leaking all the radiation out, and it's just keeps creating more of it, and the stuff, while it's dissipating, it's still generating. So it's just until the generator is turned, or the leak is stopped, the radiation will keep going on, will keep resisting.
And is this kind of radiation contagious from person to person, or is it just the generator?
It functions just like any normal radiation. It's from the generator.
So if she walked out of here and met a bunch of people that didn't have radiation, she wouldn't infect them.
I think you're missing the point. If she's infected now, and from where the radiation's at, you can safely assume that everyone is affected by it.
So the entire colony,
And
15,000
the
people.
entire, yes.
Did you bring
I'm
enough
gonna
hypo sprays, Doc?
I'm gonna turn to the doctor and say, "Can she walk?"
Are you feeling fine to move, ma'am?
I'll manage. And with that, we're gonna cut to the chief engineer and the chief of security. So
Yep.
you are currently following your tricorder, tracking the radiation. I'm assuming you guys are still in your hazard suits. You didn't take your helmets
Yes.
off like the doctor did. Okay.
No,
All right.
we're not stupid. No offense, Doc.
So as you get closer and closer to where the generator is being held at, you notice that the radiation is spiking, and it's getting essentially, getting closer to the epicenter. You can see like it's more and more deadly. You get to the warehouse where the actual generator is being stored at, and you see a bunch of Zaldans lying on the ground in front of the warehouse.
Well, I think we found it.
Can I take a quick medical read to see if anybody here can be saved?
Give me a reason medicine check.
Yep.
Difficulty
This is
1.
not going to be a good one. This is not going to be a good one, but I've got to try. Starfleet regulations.
I have a question. Is there a such thing as a point of no return in Star Trek for radiation?
Oh yeah.
Oh
dead.
yes, there is.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, there is.
I forgot Spock.
They are dead.
They are dead. Okay.
Yep. Like there is no. They're just a hunk of radiated matter at this point.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, I'm so glad
Well-
the doc didn't come here. He would
Yeah.
flip.
Yep. They're all
Um,
dead, Chief.
Alright, well, generator's this way. And I keep heading
Alrighty.
towards the warehouse. So, I'm also looking up and down the street to see if there is anyone even a little moving or anything. Unless they're all moving, and then I'll just, yeah.
As you enter the warehouse, you notice that there are more Zaldans lying on the ground. You do
Yeah.
see the truck with the generator, with the tarp over it, with the generator still on it. It's still the generator is still technically covered. But real quick, we're gonna cut to the bridge, and Matisse informs the captain. Captain, we are receiving a distress call, and the captain orders it to open audio.
This is Station K-10. We are under attack by unknown vessels. I repeat, this is K-10. We are under attack by...
And with that, the communication cuts out. So at this point, the Azure has also now picked up a distress call from a nearby Federation station that has fallen under attack. K-10.
Did we all hear it? In our helmets and stuff?
No, but Captain
Okay.
Valen communicates to the commander. Commander, how is your situation? We just picked up a distress call from a nearby space station, K-10.
Terrible, sir. Basically, from what we can determine from the engineer and the medical officer scans, is that the radiation has permeated through the entire colony, and in a very short time, even though the radiation half-life is very short, the colony will be more or less completely wiped out. So at this point, I want to actually contact the engineer and see what his status is.
keep me informed. We don't have much time to react on this. Either I let the people in the K-10 die, or these colonist people.
Was that the captain or GM?
That's the captain.
That's why I'm contacting the engineer. I'm saying that out of character. I just want to say Keithran to, and sorry I keep calling you guys by your ranks and your positions. I don't remember your names. Sometimes I remember Mur, but anyway, Keithran to Mur, status update.
We just got to the warehouse. I'm just about to pull the tarp off the generator, Commander.
We might have to deal with this in a more quick but less efficient way. We have a distress call coming in. We might need to get out of here as soon as possible. Captain, from your position, does it look like this is the last piece of technology, or is there a lot of other alien technology strewn about the planet? Because I remember earlier when I
So just to remind you, so when you're on the planet, you know that there was various weapons, like melee weapons, from different cultures, ones that you haven't even seen before. I mean, there's a lot of different technology just besides the generator. The generator is the biggest primary component because that's what's pretty much killing the colony. But it would take you guys a severe amount of time to gather all the alien tech.
Okay, well then I want to suggest to the captain that we deal with the generator, which shouldn't take more than 10 minutes, and then all beam back to the ship and go deal with the distress call.
Captain, I would like to stay here and see to these people. The people on that station are soldiers, and Starfleet will send other soldiers to help them. These people are civilians.
Hold that thought. So K-10 is not part of Starfleet. K-10 is, even though it is a Federation station, it is civilian owned and operated. All the K stations are like that.
Yep.
K-12, K-10, K-7. Yeah.
That's something your character would actually know. So before you, if
Yeah,
you want to
the
alter your line of
designation-
thinking,
Yeah, the designation K stands is a civilian.
so if you want to continue, I mean, rethink your line of questioning, or we'll comment.
You can always
no.
leave the hypos.
Regardless of what we do, even if we go now, we still have to come back to finish gathering all the rest of the technology. So I suggest we deal with the generator now, and then
These people,
even if the CMO stays, I might want to stay as well, but the ship needs to leave as soon as possible.
yeah, these people don't know how to handle this. So I would like to stay and help them.
Okay,
Okay.
Chief
So-
Engineer, how long do you think you can before you're finished?
20 minutes, Commander?
Is that viable, GM?
I have Miracle Worker. Anything's viable.
So, I don't have the fixing the generator as an extended task, so it's probably gonna be less than 20 minutes for you. But it is gonna be slightly difficult because you're gonna be preparing it in haste. Because I kind of figured that's what you were doing.
Yep, I also have improvisational as a focus.
Okay, so I will allow the improvisational as a focus for this. So essentially, is you need to contain. We'll go ahead and work on this, and then we'll go about with, because the generator fixing it's going to probably be the easiest task to deal with right now, and then we're going to move to discuss whether or not the Azure goes to warp immediately to K10, and then who's staying behind. So, Chief Engineer, I need you to make me a insight engineering check for me.
Okay.
It's going to be difficulty 1.
I got 4.
What focus are you using?
Improvisation.
No, that's for repairing. I need it's gonna have to be a tech-based type focus.
I have VPS systems. Transporters,
No.
deflectors, computers, warp drive.
No, so that's 2 successes because it's a 3 and a 2.
Okay,
so
that's
you only
fine.
get 2. It's difficulty 1, so you gain a momentum.
Okay.
So you pull the tarp off, you examine it, and you notice that the casing is cracked. That there's a protective casing, and you can surmise that you just need to fix the actual casing from what you have on hand to contain the radiation
Huh.
to keep it from spilling out. Okay?
All right. Yep.
So this is going to be a daring. It's considering the nature of the tools that you have on hand. It's going to be a daring plus engineering difficulty 5.
Take all the momentum you need.
Yeah. Let's see. How much for? Because I'm going to use my determination for the auto crit. Measure twice, cut once.
And then if you spend all 5 momentum, you can roll 4 more dice with your auto crit as well.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, is that all right with everybody? Let's not kill the planet
I'm fine with it.
or blow us up. Cause that
I
could
want
be bad.
I want to have 1 success today.
All right, and I can use my improvisation focus.
Yes, because you literally have to improvise on this because you're gonna have to pull whatever material you see.
Okay, and I'm gonna re-roll one of those zeros because I have cautious engineering and I spent a whole buttload of momentum. So God, please don't screw me. Yes.
That's 7 successes.
So you gain 2 momentum back. You do manage through essentially in a MacGyver type way. You're like, hey, hand me this. You know, you have the.
It was 5, not
this
7, but I still
right.
made
The
it.
difficulty was 5.
Well,
Yeah.
oh, with
No,
your
no,
auto
you
crit,
use
it's
your
7
value.
successes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you're telling the chief of security like, hand me this, hand me that, and you quickly patch up the actual where the leakage at, kind of repair the damage and contain it, the generator, to where it's no longer emitting the actual radiation anymore.
I've done better work, but at least nobody's gonna die for a while. Now what was that about a civilian station? I think we need to go.
At least you and
So-
me, Chief.
Lieutenant, more to the Azure.
Azure here.
I stopped the leak. I don't know if it'd be safe to transport this thing, but it's not leaking radiation anymore. So if you need me on the ship, you can go ahead and beam up me and the lieutenant commander.
So because you're still in a radiated area, it's going to be a difficulty 3 to beam from where you're currently at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for that, I'm also going to spend a threat to give you a complication on the roll for transport.
To increase the complication range?
Yeah, to 2.
Okay. Alrighty, give me a second. Let me open up these character sheets here. I'm going.
So it's control engineering, assisted by the ship's
Yeah.
sensors engineering.
I'm gonna
Ship
spend
doesn't have
one.
advanced sensors, does it?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Okay. I just want to double
I'm
check
going-
because then I'm like cheating you guys.
Right. I'm gonna spend 1 momentum to roll 3 dice for the engineer.
Okay.
Bad thing is he doesn't have a focus in it, so Ugh.
Okay, so I'm going to take the 2 threat for the complication, and then I'm gonna also make you guys see the cost, which is additional 2 threat.
Okay.
Damn it, dude.
Sorry. Did I roll a 19? Yes, I did.
Yep, you just hit that. It should be at 11. I don't know why that's glitching. Okay, the 2 of you beam back to the ship.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're heading straight for the bridge.
Oh yeah. At least
Yep.
I am.
Yeah, I am too.
Okay. Exo's not there. All right, and the captain is like, Commander, we're gonna warp out. Good luck.
All right, sir.
I'm
See you
assuming
on
you and
the.
the doctor are I'm assuming you and the doctor are staying behind.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Captain.
And Azure goes to warp towards K10. So for this next part here, we're gonna go ahead and resolve the doctor's side stuff. So
I'm gonna inoculate myself and put my helmet back on.
okay, it's gonna be difficulty 0. I mean, control medicine, like you already know what you need to mix and everything, so you can just safely, there you go, you gain 1 momentum.
1.
Yep. Or did I say
Okay.
difficult? Did I say 0 or did I say 1?
You said 0.
Yeah, you
Okay,
said 0.
then it's 2. Sorry. Okay, for this part, Doctor, you're gonna have to essentially, you're not pretty much going to have to cure everyone's radiation. So this is going to be an extended task for you. It's going to be a difficulty 3, magnitude 4, and it's going to be resistance 2. So essentially, it's going to be a control or daring medicine check for you. In order to, the way this works is you're going to do you have to get 4 breakthroughs in order to complete the task. All right. You have
Can I?
to then the difficulty. How are you going to assist?
I don't know. I just know I have 3 in medicine and 10 in control. So I figured I would just kind of be like his nurse as he goes around.
He's a trained science officer, so he at least knows what to look for, so he can help triage people and organize them to make
That's
them easier to treat.
Okay. I will allow it. So, but this is all going to be a control or daring medicine check. So your first roll is going to be at difficulty 3.
Are we allowed to use focuses?
You can. It's just like a normal task roll, but you have to tell me what the focus is, so I know if it'll be allowed or not.
The only 2 that I have that probably might be allowed is xenobiology and crisis management.
I'm going to say crisis management because for you, in terms of like an aid type manner, that you're helping other, like the nurse, because it pretty much is what's happened is the 2 of you are going into a building where they've started gathering everyone who's affected. So you're essentially in their hospital, and you're trying to treat everyone for the radiation sickness. So you essentially you're going to be what to look for, so you know what supplies and everything that the doctor needs, and you're essentially telling people like, hey, I need to get this and that and stuff.
Okay.
Real quick, can you tell me what page? Oh, never mind. I just magically turned to it.
So in this case, when you succeed at this task and you get a breakthrough, it's going to lower the difficulty to 2. Okay.
And I'm just rolling as an assistant. I'm just rolling one
Right.
task then.
Correct. You only want to roll one die.
All right, cool.
Okay. I'm gonna use. Can I use a determination for the value this life for Talos?
Sure, I will allow it.
And then
So that's 4 successes. I need the assist.
that's 5 for me.
Sorry, yeah, 5. 7 successes. You gain 4 momentum. Roll me. You're gonna challenge die. It's 2, if I remember correctly. So it's gonna be 7 challenge dice. Doctor.
You also still have 1 floating momentum that you can use on this roll.
Yes.
Yeah. How can I? Do I just add another challenge dice, or what do I do to use that momentum?
After you roll your challenge dice, you can use it for either piercing or extra work.
So I'll use that for piercing.
Okay, so you're gonna bypass the 2 resistance.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 7 work done to the actual task, and that lowers the difficulty down to 2. And you currently have 1 breakthrough.
Gonna roll real quick for veteran. Oh.
Okay. So you got a ways to go, Doc.
I'm gonna buy a dice.
Fuck.
I will bank the threat.
So what determines the number of challenge dice again?
It's 2 plus your medicine stat. So whatever stat
Okay.
you're using. So that's why it's 7. You gain a momentum. So you get your momentum back. Roll me 7 challenge dice.
And then I'll buy piercing.
Okay, so you're down to 5 momentum. That is another breakthrough because it is above 5. And that lowers the difficulty down to 1. So you have 8 work left to do on the actual task at hand, Doc.
Is this timed? Because I feel like I remember these being timed.
It can vary. It can be timed, limited, like as if it being limited, you would like since it's magnitude 4, you would only get 4 tries at it. But
Okay.
this is not necessarily timed.
But I only get 4 tries and I've already used 2.
It's not limited either. This is just an extended task to save as many people as you can and treat.
Okay. Because I'm just in my head debating how much momentum I should leave for the people about to go into combat, especially since it's difficulty 1 now. And if there's no time limit, then I'm going to keep at it without abusing momentum.
Right. Just keep in mind though, the longer you take on this task, the more, the potentially people could die.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll just roll.
You have 1 momentum. You're at max, so you have 1 floating. Need it.
I'll buy piercing.
Okay, so
If you can spend your momentum to re-roll 4 of your challenge dice.
yeah.
Oh, well then I'll do that.
You're at 6, resistance 2, so that's at 4. That will not be a breakthrough for you, unless you spend a momentum to do piercing.
Yeah, I'll do 1 to spin piercing. And then that's 6, so there should be 2 left.
Yeah.
There's
Can
1
I-
breakthrough left. So that is it's 6, so that's just enough for a breakthrough. There's 1 work left on it, and the difficulty is now at 0.
2 work, actually.
Unless my math was wrong, it was actually a 13, then it was 6, so that should be an 18. It's 2 momentum gained. Roll me. There you go. And that is enough. You successfully completed the task. So essentially, you create enough inoculations for the entire colony, and begin inoculating everybody to help them to survive the actual radiation poisoning.
15,000 a couple hours. I'm a factory.
You and Keithon are very tired, though. It's very daunting. So with that, we're going to cut. The Azure arrives just outside of K10.
Ball sacks.
Could I, before the end of the game, it doesn't have to be right now, but before the end of the game, could I talk to the colony leader?
Yeah, we can do that, or we can save it for the next mission, because since the Azure is you're still there by the time the next episode goes. So
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Oh boy.
I'll play that. Okay.
Yo, Sean, we gonna die.
Y'all have a bunch of momentum though, so y'all should be fine.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Plus, all my rolls are control security now, so.
So someone who wants to control Ava, since Ava's not here.
I'll do it.
Uh,
Essentially, I'm gonna let the Keithon control the captain for this instance, and then I guess the Doc can control Ava. So,
You'll have to let me see this sheet.
yeah, I'm working on that. Trying to find you on the. FYI, that the track that's playing in the background is what I had in mind for you guys for your theme song. Why can I not find you as a player? Oh, it still is you as Captain Starix. That's why. Oh.
I have only bio and info.
Yeah, no, I forgot to put the can be controlled by. There we go. I realized it after I closed it.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. So currently on your sensor scopes, there are 2 alien vessels firing upon K10, and it's currently its shields are nearly down.
Boy.
Is got structural damage on the station is severe, since it's taken a lot of hits. And also, this is a new scene, so you guys go down 1 momentum.
So Ava is
Pilot.
our pilot.
Yep.
So what do we want to do?
Get me in close and I'll fire.
Let me look at. I think. So what? What range are we at again?
You're currently at long.
Who's the helm?
Can you use like evasive maneuvers or like attack pattern to get into closer range?
So when you do evasive or attack pattern, it's just a maneuver check, and you pretty much move from, say, from just one range category. So you're going from like a close to a medium type range.
Okay, then I'm gonna do attack pattern and move us into medium range.
Alright, let's bring
What page is it on? I got my one lucky open to the correct page.
So I put up the cheat sheet, and that will tell you all the stuff you need.
I just got a turn order thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get.
Oh, I see. There's a link. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'll do a daring con and buy momentum. Can I use helm operations?
Yeah. And what exactly are you're doing?
Attack pattern, which should also bring us into medium range.
Okay, I'm gonna do it this way because apparently I had to keep you guys on screen.
I'm fine with there being 3 Azures.
Yeah, each one is just representation for turn order.
Okay.
So that should be a daring con assisted by engines con, right?
Yep. So we should get that momentum back.
Yeah.
And you did a evasive?
No, attack pattern.
Okay, so just for clarification, so you guys know, attack pattern actually makes it easier for you guys to get hit too.
Yeah. Goes both ways.
So I only have four of you. 1, 2, 3.
They don't put that in the description.
They just assume that the engineer is going to fix everything when it gets broken.
All right, so that is your go. You did evasive. You've currently moved.
No, I did attack pattern.
Okay, yeah, dead target. So you're really moving to about there. Pretty much.
And we get how many momentum?
It was difficulty 1, so 2.
2. Alrighty.
It is now the. You guys keeping the initiative or?
I think we could keep the initiative and let the captain do a direct task to the to the tactical officer to fire.
Okay, it's gonna be 2 momentum, unless someone
Yep.
has.
I don't have quick to action.
Okay.
What does precise evasion do?
If you spend 2 momentum when you do succeed in an evasive action task, it ignores the debuff, making it
okay.
to us, making it harder to hit them.
Okay, I'll do that next time.
Yeah, that's only for evasive action though.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying that because I don't know anything about playing con.
All right.
So
I'm
who's
guessing
going?
it's the captain.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's the captain's go, and he's using direct to tell me to fire. Is what I'm hearing.
I'm thinking because we can do that, and then we can use momentum to keep it again and fire again, and we might be able to take out one ship.
Not be able
Before
to
they get a
keep,
turn.
not be able to keep the momentum. No, it'd have to be a swift task. So
No, he can direct you to fire, and then you can fire on your own initiative. That's like 4
Yeah.
momentum, and we might be able to knock out a ship before they get a turn.
Maybe.
we
No.
can only keep once per round, or once per turn deal.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's up to Keith,
Well,
I guess.
we can still do it. Fire twice in a row.
Yeah, that's what I had planned on my turn anyway, but okay.
Okay, so is the captain doing the direct task, Keith Wren?
Yeah, he can do that while the tactical officer is doing whatever he's doing. I would like the captain to also hail both parties, and assuming the enemy doesn't respond and the space station does, I just kind of want to find out if they have borders or if how many survivors and all that stuff.
Okay, I'm only gonna allow one thing for this. That's too much going on. So either the captain does the direct cast and tells them to open fire, or he tells them to open communications.
Well, normally I would just say open fire because that's what everyone else wants to do, but I am a firm believer, especially recently in role play over combat, so I'm going to hail the space station.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. Give me a. It's going to be a control engineering task assisted by the ship's communications plus engineering. Difficulty is going to be 2.
I mean, I'm not hailing. I'm the captain. I'm telling someone else to do it.
Right, but you're doing the direct task. So I will roll for Matisse.
And what do I got to roll?
It's going to be presence command. Now the question is, do you want Matisse to, because it is difficulty 2, do you want her to, do you want me to spend one of your guys' momentum for an extra dice?
I don't think so.
And your assist roll. It's 1 momentum. There is a lot of static on the line, and you tell me what the captain says.
Azure to, what was it, K10?
K10.
If anyone's there, please respond with status update of, that would be enough, I guess.
Azure, we can't take any much more of this. Our shields are gonna go down. We have hull breaches. we're practically defenseless. We have no weapons. You gotta stop them. You gotta help us.
We're approaching right now, but tell me, do you have borders?
Not yet. Please, you have to help. Stop them before they do any more damage. Our shields are about to fail. And the communication cuts
Understood.
out.
Off screen. Okay. So
And
I
then
don't know how this works. What's up?
okay, so after that though, your turn is done. Okay.
All right.
All right. We are now moving to the one of the attackers. And they currently detect you, and one of them is moving to intercept. Oops, wrong sheet. So difficulty 0. They do move in closer. I do gain a threat. And I'm going to spend that threat to keep the initiative. Or actually a swift task. And have it fire. Spend another threat for an extra dice.
We're about to find out why it was called The Lost.
So you did evasive action or attack pattern?
Attack pattern.
Okay, so that's actually 2. So that's a hit.
Yeah.
It's 1, and then they're gonna fire.
Resistance 4.
So 1, 2, 5, 6, 8 damage. So you take a total of 4. And I'm gonna spend a threat to do 1 piercing. So take total of 6 damage. I believe that is a breach.
That is a breach indeed.
I get to use this, and you take a breach to structure.
Oh, you rascal.
Yep. So you lose total 6 damage, so you go down 6 shields.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and now the turn passes to the Azure.
I guess it's my go. And the first thing I'm going to do is open up with the phaser banks.
Okay. Roll me. It is secure
It's control security
security
difficulty 2.
2. Yep. You did. It'd be difficulty 1. So
Oh yeah.
you did attack pattern.
Yeah.
1 momentum. So question is, I can
Yeah.
take that complication as threat, or you can use spend momentum, get rid of it.
I'm going to negate it. Using my 1 that I gain and 1 from our pool.
Okay. Roll me damage.
Because F
So-
that guy, right?
That's 9 damage. You have versatile 2. Tell me how you're gonna spend that versatility.
Piercing and extra damage, 10 total damage, 2 piercing. Or 2, yeah.
I had to reset that. That let me. There we go. Okay, let's see here. That's total of 10 damage, and you did piercing 2.
Yeah.
Oops, wrong one. And it is also a breach on them, and they took a hit to their engines.
Okay. I want to spend 2 momentum for a swift task
Okay.
and launch a full spread of photon torpedoes.
Of course he does.
Are you doing salvo or just launching
Full spread. I think there's a deal that's full spread.
Okay, that's actually I gotta look up because that's kind of different rules. How that works.
Oh. Okay. It might be a talent which I don't have.
No. Spread is something you can do with torpedoes or weapons, but I believe that is a momentum spend. I'm double checking. Sorry.
Okay.
Can never find anything in the book. Why did I not put this in my cheat sheet yet?
Because you were up till 3 writing it.
I know, I gave up because I was so tired.
Yeah. Let me know
Starship.
when you find that.
Okay, just so you're aware, when firing torpedoes, I gain 1 threat.
Yeah, I know.
It is an escalation.
What's the difference between salvo and full spread?
So what I'm seeing is characters may choose to fire a torpedo salvo instead of a single torpedo, also known as a full spread, which adds 2 more to threat, but adds +1 effect to the attack's damage and grants a special the spread effect. Attacks using torpedoes have a basic difficulty of 3.
Right. I just want to make sure that was what it was, because that's
They're
what I
the
was
same
thinking.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay, then in that case, I'm not going to use salvo. I'm just going to fire a regular torpedo, which is still it's difficulty 4 because it's a swift task.
Not
I'm
to
going to
mention
spend
you're
my
in medium range too, so it ups the difficulty by 1.
I
to
thought
5.
torpedoes were medium range weapons.
No, torpedoes are long, so it increases difficulty by 1. It's a swift task, so that's an additional 1. So it's 2. So normally it'd be 4. Yeah.
Normally it would be 3 plus 2, which is 5.
And then your attack pattern reduces it by 1. So difficulty 4.
Yeah, so 4. So I'm going to pop my determination. The best enemy is a dead enemy.
Okay.
So that's an auto crit already. Come on. Thank you. And pop. It's 2 momentum.
All right. Roll me damage.
And a torpedo damage. Hold on. How many did it roll? Did it only roll
No,
3?
it rolled right. It's correct roll. It should be rolling right. That's 4 damage, and they're high yield.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop a momentum to re-roll the 3 damage that did nothing.
Okay.
Sorry if I seem like an idiot, guys.
Roll me 3 challenge dice.
There you go.
Oops.
That's
Okay.
another 3 damage, or another 4 damage. So that's 8 damage total.
8 damage total. Let's see. High yield is automatically a breach.
It adds another breach if we get a breach.
Right. Unfortunately, you do drop its shields with that because it still his shields were up. Now it's gone. Their shields are completely gone now because I'm gonna your scopes would see that.
Right. Which should automatically be a breach.
Right. It only did 3 damage though. So yeah, there's 2 breaches.
Whoa, wait! I only did 3 damage.
Yes. Sensors.
How did I only do 3 damage? That was 8 total.
Resistance.
Of 5?
Yep.
A blade of armor. They're scale 3 with a blade of armor.
Okay. All right. Their turn, and yeah. I gotta read up something real quick, because they got breaches. All right, they do lose some power on that.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, they have enough that they can. I'm gonna have them spend all their power, and then they're going to warp out.
Both of them?
Just the one.
The one that just literally has a bunch of engines.
Yeah.
Oh man. There's one. Gotta take care of the other one now. Ooh!
No, they don't. They try to engage their warp drive, and it kind of does
Boom!
nothing. No, it doesn't go boom.
No complication.
There's no complication in that. It doesn't do anything. It is now back to the Azure.
I guess all that's left is me, and I'm going to try and get our shields back
Okay.
because we're missing 6, right?
Yes.
What do I roll for that? And does I know my ship come into play here?
Sure.
Well, I'm
You
not
do-
100% sure what that talent does. I don't remember.
It means you're talking about the focus, right?
No, I have a talent called I know my ship.
Didn't you already use your talent?
Talents like cautious engineering and stuff like that.
You mean you're trying to use your focus, right?
No, he's talking about a talent.
Yeah, but he used that when he was on the planet.
That's a
I use my
determination.
determination.
Oh,
It's different.
That's right.
It's
Never
like
mind.
advisor. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Ooh.
what it does though. I think it had something to do with a D20. That's what I remember.
If I can ever find something in the book, I would tell you.
I think it's in
No,
the
you cannot. It does not
operations
apply.
book.
No, it will
Alright.
not apply for this. Essentially,
That's
whenever you
fine.
attempt a task to determine the source of a technical problem on your ship, add 1 bonus D20. So no, it's
Okay,
not gonna
got it.
count.
Okay, cool. That's fine. That's fine. Alright,
So-
what am I rolling again?
You're rolling a control engineering difficulty 1, assisted by the ship's structure and engineering.
Okay, cool. And then the ship.
1 second. Structure, engineering. Ship always has a focus.
Okay. Your difficult. Okay, so you regain 2 shields. 2 points of shields, unless you want to spend momentum to gain more.
Yeah, spend 2 to get 4. So we almost have full shields. Yeah.
Okay.
And yep, that's me.
This will be the last go for that ship. So it's going, since it cannot flee, they are going to do a very Klingon-like way and. Oh, what?
They're gonna ram?
You know what? You gave me a great idea because I've never seen it done before.
God damn it, dude.
I thought he was gonna say ram. That's
No,
a
it's just
Klingon.
it is a Klingon
That's
thing.
Samadar.
That's a Gemini. Let's see, it's gonna be. All right, it's
I can take criticism for everyone except for Michelson because he's helped the GM too much in the past.
You know what?
I haven't given him any threat today.
Yeah, you did.
You
You
are-
just
but
fired
you-
torpedoes.
You always have great advice for Ed.
This is true. And it's assisted by Engines Con. And looks like that is a success because it is a difficulty 2. And they are going to go full Rambo and literally ram right into you guys.
Now I gotta
Hold
remember.
on to something.
Actually, I don't. Yeah, it was difficulty 3 because it was an additional range category.
Mhm.
So, yeah, succeeded.
I'm trying to remember how these roll. I think it's challenge dice equal
Yeah,
to
it's
your
just challenge
scale.
dice. Yeah, it's scale plus 2.
Okay, so 6 challenge dice for the ship. Because I know we roll challenge dice as well against them. Like, that's how much damage they take from... It's either... Ah, man, I forget.
Really? I'm spending that to re-roll 4 challenge
Damn it.
dice because that's a really
Barely
pathetic.
scraped us.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Wow. 3. Plus, and they're vicious, so yeah, 5 damage.
Wait,
I guess
Okay.
how
we
is
have
their
to roll
ship
that.
ramming us vicious?
It's vicious.
It's
And
pointy.
it's considered when you do a ramming. Here's how it works. If successful, the attack inflicts a number of challenge dice equal to 2 plus the ramming ship's scale, with the spread and vicious 1 effect, and the devastating
Okay.
quality.
I thought you were just giving it vicious because it was a Klingon ship.
No.
Okay.
And then,
okay.
do they take damage equal to our scale plus 2, or no?
No, they take damage equal to your scale. So you guys roll 5 challenge dice or 4 challenge dice for me
4.
because you're scale 4,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
it is considered spread and vicious 1.
Boom! Oh, wait, that should have
That's
been
way
4.
too
Why
many
did it roll?
dice. That's
Yeah,
way
I
too
thought
many.
I had
I'm only giving you
1
4.
too.
It's only 4. It's only 4 damage.
There.
No.
Okay.
No. I'm taking. That's worse. They want. I'm taking 1 dice off. God, you guys are. Michael's just trying to cheat you guys. Look at this.
No, I'm not.
It's sabotage.
It is sabotage.
Makes sense.
I guess
I
I shouldn't
remember-
have a
But
strong opinion.
their shields are down, so that's an auto breach, right?
Yeah, they're gonna blow up in the blaze of glory. No doubt about it. I'm just seeing what damage you guys take. So you take 4 plus an additional half, so that's 6 damage there.
I thought it was just 5.
No. Oh, what was the challenge dice?
Yeah, it was the 2 rolls that you did before
yeah,
that.
5.
The
Yeah,
1
5.
and 2 effects, so 5 damage, which is a breach.
See, I wonder if you subtract resistance or not for this.
I
So it
thought
does
you
not
did.
say. I'm gonna say you do. So
Okay,
that's
so it's only 1
1
damage. Cool.
1 damage. But oh, so it does the spread, so it actually does more. So rounding up. So your shields definitely took the brunt of this. Definitely take 1 off your shields for the first initial hit. Let's see, 5 down to 2 or Yeah, 3 plus the 2 effects. So that's 5. So -1, so. And it's got the devastating. Devastating is kind of confusing. Now that I'm actually like reading it.
Devastating, I think, just increases the difficulty to repair any breach to that
No.
sector.
That's
I thought.
that's ground. Devastating attack is different. It's like it's pretty much essentially spread. It's pretty much half the primary attack damage rounding up.
So 3.
Yeah. And then spread's 3, that's additional 3. But the spread that goes to 5 because of the 2 effects. So you take off 2 shields damage for that.
Okay.
Your shields took the brunt of that, which is kind of depressing.
Okay.
I just fixed those, you bastards.
Well, I'm sorry. It wasn't my idea for them to ram us.
I was talking to them.
That was really depressing roll.
It made me feel good about myself.
That was really, I would expect that to do more. I really do.
Do you get to go to Stovacor with honor if you didn't really have an effectual death? Like, they did die in battle, but they were pretty shit at it at the same time.
Yeah, but that's Herogen. That's not Klingon, I think.
No, the Klingons go to Stovacor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't Stovacor the good place, or is
These
that the
aren't-
bad?
No, that's their Valhalla essentially.
Yeah, but do you get to go to Valhalla even if you died in battle, but you were kind of shit at it?
You know what? I don't know. I can't answer that. See, the last ship is at long range. They're gonna fire torpedoes at you.
Oh boy.
Why did it roll that?
They can eat.
Because it's only supposed to roll 2 dice.
I'm fine with what they rolled.
Yeah, but I'm spending a threat to re-roll the 1. Why is it doing this?
Look at what you've done, Sean. Feel bad for yourself, damn it.
It,
We killed them so
Alright.
hard, it's given an advantage
No.
to the other guys.
no, it's actually they hit. It's 3, so
They hit, but they get a complication, right?
no, they don't.
He re-rolled the complication.
No.
Oh.
I was only supposed to roll 2 dice, so the first 2 are counting. The other 2 don't. And then I was the 1. It didn't. When I selected the 1, it did not roll it properly.
Okay.
This was very confusing, so I'm going to take your word on it. Transphasic.
Yo.
How did that?
Dang.
I didn't think transphasic cloaking, like, or any of that had been invented yet.
Not by us.
Damn
Not by the
Voyager.
Klingons or Federation.
This shit. Okay, so it's piercing 2. So it bypasses 2 resistance for you guys.
Mhm.
See, how many dice is that? 6. 4. I'm gonna spend a threat to reroll 2 dice.
Oh wait, did we establish these were Klingons?
They're not.
These are Herogen.
These are the
Oh.
yeah.
Now I
I
understand why I've been talking about Herogen so much. I thought we were fighting Klingons.
All right. Let's see, 6.
Someone has
9
some serious
damage.
Klingon hate.
So 9 damage, piercing 2. So that's 7 damage to you
Yep,
guys.
that's 7. Yep, that's 7. That collapses our shields and gives us 2 breaches.
3 because it's high yield.
Damn it.
2 to engines and 1 to sensor.
Then
And 1 to sensors.
dang.
The chief engineer is swearing.
If anybody who has ever heard a Cation swear knows that's a bad thing. Because Cations don't swear normally.
Oh man.
He has gone from plucky Cation to disgruntled Tellarite very quickly.
Oh.
When was he ever plucky?
Okay, well-mannered. He is well-mannered.
How many breaches do you have on engines?
2.
So I guess they're considered damage right now.
What does that mean?
Wait. This
So
got
next
7.
round, you're gonna lose 1 power. You're pretty much you're gonna be losing a power every single round. And the difficulty to repair the engines is a 3.
We have redundant engines.
You do have redundant engines, but just you have to wait.
Yes.
Guess what? They get to go again, and they're going to. I'm gonna do it. Just you know what? I will be nice, and I'm gonna make a maneuver check to get in.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna spend 1 power, and I'm gonna. Why is it rolling that many dice?
Close it and open it back up.
That's what I'm gonna do. That's making me mad.
Upside, they're not shooting the station anymore.
True.
But after they kill us, they
Downside.
can go back to that.
Downside, the station doesn't have any weapons.
Nope,
I'm
it does
not-
not.
I'm not that worried about it because neither me or the XO are here, so we'll be fine. Even if y'all die.
Well, at least that rolled right. So it is enough. Drains 1 power. They're within medium range. They impulse straight into medium range to you guys.
Oh boy. Okay.
Let me do an evasive action.
Let me fix the engines first. How about that?
And since that's the actual end of it, I am putting in another combatant.
Of course you are.
Oh no, that ship blew up. Okay.
Yes!
Please tell me
I
it's a
don't know if
Klingon
I should
P7.
be excited, but damn it!
I
want
knew
the
there would be Klingons. I predicted this.
Damn Shyamalan.
What? You not
Except
happy
I
to
saw
see
the
it?
twist coming. I saw
Who
that
knows?
twist.
The Klingons might be on our side.
That's what I'm hoping.
See, they have to maneuver into close, so they're gonna do an impulse. Nope. They're right up. I'm spending threat because the Klingons want to kill. And
Not usually okay for that. I'm okay for this.
they're firing their disruptor cannons. That is definitely a hit. Oh, wow. See, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 damage.
To steal words from Jetsia, Dax, who says there's never a Klingon around when you need one?
Right? 2 to piercing, 9. Shields are still up, but they do manage to get a breach on the ship, and that went to structure.
Nice.
All right, it now passes to you guys.
I'm going to go fix the engines.
All right, that is going to be a difficulty 3.
We have 1 momentum.
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to
yeah.
look up what redundant systems is real quick, because I forgot. Is it
I
listed on the
believe
sheet?
it lowers the difficulty. It lowers the difficulty to repair. I
I
believe.
think I put it on the sheet, didn't I?
No,
Nope, I did not.
I believe it lowers the difficulty to repair.
Bridge to bipedal feline. Fake shit.
It says bridge to bipedal feline. Big shit. I don't know if the captain would actually be really happy with you. Oh no, it just says it's gone from damage to, instead of being damage, it becomes impact instead of.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
all it does.
Okay.
That's
cool.
fine.
Woo.
Okay. So
But you're
tell
still.
me if any
You just-
focuses. Tell me if any of my focuses apply. Warp drive, computers,
Okay.
EPS, transporters.
Just so you know, you guys have lost 2 power at this point. All right,
Yeah. Total or just
total 2 power.
yeah.
All tasks right now to use the engines is a difficulty 1 and a complication range of 1. It increases the complication
Okay.
by 1, difficulty by 1, and the complication by 1 when you use the engine. So any sort of other task, you need to do the restore.
Restore minor action.
Yep. Which that's a damage control task.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, that's not damage. Yeah, it'd be damage control. That's gonna be presence engineering.
Sure, okay.
How many breaches do you have on engines? 2?
2.
Okay, that's gonna be difficulty 2.
Okay.
So it's presence engineering. Essentially, you're ordering your engineering teams to fix the breach.
Nope.
It. Oh,
Nope.
it's not assisted either, is it?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh well, I'll try again later. Alright, next person. Now you can try and fly, because I tried, but no.
I want to try and blow them up.
We don't have enough to keep the initiative, and if you give him threat, I will slap you through this Discord.
See
Oh,
where
you are so gonna hate what I do then.
this order thing's gotten all mixed up.
Anyway. Leave it up to y'all.
So whose turn is it?
As the escort. They're gonna actually fire on you because they want to finish the prey off.
Oh, that's a hit. Wait, why 4
Yeah,
dice?
it shouldn't be rolling that. It just take the first 2 that's are rolled. So it's
2. Okay.
yeah. So it's still a hit.
Yeah. Oh.
2, 4, 6,
Well,
8.
that's
8
the end of
damage.
that.
4 damage to you guys.
Yeah, that's a breach.
Yeah.
Because we've got no shields.
Yeah, luckily it's not 2, and that's another one to structure.
Yeah. So that becomes damaged.
All right. Is now the Klingons go?
Okay. Blow them out of the sky. Oh, no.
Why has it not come up on me yet?
It's 2 zeros.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, so Klingons miss. It's back to you guys.
My go? Please say my go.
It's whoever wants to go.
Yeah, it's
I
yeah,
can-
that's
I can
You want
do.
that
I can try to do a maneuver and set up us up with some momentum to buy the turn and let you do damage.
Just so you know, it's an increased difficulty. So if you just do a plain maneuver, it's going to be a difficulty 1, and then you're going to have a complication of 1.
Yeah, planning on doing like an evasive action.
which would make it difficulty 2.
Yep.
Which would make it harder for us to be hit and harder for us to hit them.
No, because I have precise evasion.
Which requires you to spend 2 momentum. Yeah.
I don't think
Oh,
persuasive. You have
Really?
persuasive evasion?
Yeah. You have to, on a successful evasive action, you have to spend
Yeah.
2 momentum, which negates the +1 for us to hit.
Yeah. That's what a precise evasion does.
Yeah, then someone else should go because I'm not gonna. I can go, but I'm gonna make it just easier for them to hit us.
You can do a
I can make it
tactical override
difficult.
task and hit and fire phasers if you want.
Well, there's no reason to do that when he can go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
He
going
hasn't
to go
gone.
on it. I guess I'm going to go on ahead and go.
Or the captain can go and give a direct order and assist too.
Yeah. How do you want to play this?
So what's going on? Sorry.
You can go and give a direct order to the chief of security to fire phasers and do an assist to give them a +1 since you guys are at 1 momentum to ensure you hit them.
Nice. That sounds like a plan.
Okay. So, since I'm going to be the base attack, I'm going to use my bold security.
And what do I use? Presence command?
Yeah, you'll be presence command.
Yep.
I'm going to give you 3 threat there, Prax.
Dear
Really?
God.
I'm going to give you 3 threat.
For 3 more heroic.
I could call it another heroic ship. I could do that.
So,
Don't tap me.
how far do you want my boot? Just out of curiosity.
And the doctor's not gonna help you move it either.
Well, let's just say this. The boot can be inserted if this fails.
When?
That would
Click.
be a really interesting captain's mass.
Click.
See, difficulty is 2.
You got lucky.
That's 4 momentum. Oh boy, you are so gonna love this. Phaser banks. Oh!
End their life, please.
That 2 momentum is going straight to piercing, both of them. So 4 piercing total.
Okay, so totals. That's a breach. Shields are
Yeah.
down. Actually,
So
2.
F that guy and his couch.
That's sensors and another one to structure.
Yep.
Okay. Actually, no. Yeah.
And then I'm going to spend 2 momentum for a swift task.
Okay.
Give you 1 more threat.
Okay.
And fire phasers again.
Difficulty will be 3. So it's 1 momentum gain.
Yeah. And here's the phaser banks.
6 damage.
I'm going to spend that momentum I gained to.
Yeah, versatile
that's 5
too.
dice. Yeah, I know. But the one of the momentum is going to re-roll 3 of the challenge dice. Okay. And then the momentum that I gained from my attack and the other versatile are both going to piercing.
Okay, so versatile you can't. You have to spend momentum for the reroll attack. The versatile you can't reroll
Right.
with it.
Okay, well,
So,
either way, I don't gain
reverse
any
order.
momentum. Yeah,
Okay.
reverse order. I don't gain any momentum flat.
So you're doing piercing to both?
Yeah, piercing. Yes.
So 8, 7, it's 2 breaches. And
Bye-bye.
blow them out of the sky. That's it for combat.
If you need me, I'll be in engineering, and I leave the bridge.
And with that, we're actually going to end it.
Yay, we lived!
Yay, you lived, indeed.
Now I have to go shout at ensigns to stop touching the dilithium crystals because they're pretty.
Yeah. Well, that was fun.
So if you save like 15,000 people, do they get to make you king or something? I feel like they do.
I feel like they do.
Like I feel like I'm a god on that.